And welcome to your undisputed hourly source for the hottest, the latest, the greatest, the newest, the most definitive, the most defiant. Now, in the video I did before this, I guess I owe an apology because I was interrupted by a cell phone, by my phone ringing. I had to go attend to it. But you see, I'm so dedicated to my fan base, so dedicated to my subscribers, that I went to take the call for about a minute and then I came back. But you see, I got a lot of hate. I got a lot of criticism. I got a lot of death threats just because I took a phone call during my video. Now, some people would say, well, that was unprofessional and that was not of good conduct. But at the same time, I'll say I'm sorry and I apologize. But with all the time and effort that I give to each and every one of you, when I go take a phone call for the first time ever, and if there was another time, I apologize, but it's not like I take a phone call every single time that I do a video. So for those people that came on here and they degraded me and they bullied me and they chastised me and they manipulated me and they tried to throw my name under the bus and called me a cruel and horrible human being because I took an emergency phone call. It was an emergency phone call. Well, Sean, you could have stopped the video. You could have edited the video. For those of you who don't know, you should know that Seanzviewent is uncut, uncensored, and uncooked. We don't rewind. We don't fast forward. We don't edit. We don't manipulate. We don't castrate. We go full bore ahead. I said since day damn one, anything can happen on Seanzviewent. I have said since day one, expect the unexpected, that any random thing, anything can happen right here on this very show because we shoot from the hip. And whether it's right, whether it's wrong, or whether it's indifferent, whether it's a phone call, a smoke signal, a text message, a cat call, a dumb call, whatever it is, we lay it all on the line. So for those of you that had a problem with me taking a phone call during my video, and it's not like I took my phone and said, hey, let's dial up something right here. What happens if I was having an emergency during Seanzviewent and I dialed 911? Oh, well, Sean, you can't do that. You shouldn't have done that. That was a bad idea. Oh, listen, for those of you that had an issue with me taking an emergency phone call during the brash and the brazen, what I want you to do is I want you to take your little behind and go down Know Your Role Boulevard, hang that right at Jabroni Drive, and check yourself right in to the SmackDown Hotel. Because I don't need that kind of crap. I don't need that kind of freaking criticism. I don't need that kind of death threats. We're here to talk about wrestling talk. We're here to talk about rumors and news and gossip and speculation and reviews and previews. We're here to run it all down. And if you think that you're going to go downtown to Chinatown on the brash and the brazen, well, you got another thing coming. Because this is my show, it is my time, and it's your opinion. It's all about you. But when you go over the line, when you go over the edge with the brash and the brazen, well, then Seanzviewent's got to go to that level. I got to step to the front of the lines. And that is exactly what I'm going to do right here on Seanzview, because I bring it to each and every one of you. Why? Because I can and I will. Now that I got a little bit sidetracked, now I got a little backtrack, the backlash that I face for taking a phone call is a little bit ridiculous. I don't care if you're trolling. I don't care if you're hating. I don't care if you're castrating. The fact of the matter is, this is my show, my rules, and if you don't like what I do, well, then there's the door, and don't let it hit you on the ass on the way out. Former WWE star makes a pitch to Triple H for a new faction in WWE. Now, it would appear as if for 2025, there is going to be something monumental. There is going to be something big. There is going to be something of epic proportions during WWE 2025. You're going to see a lot of different variables. You're going to see a lot of different changes. You're going to see a lot of different intangibles take place right before your very eyes. With a former WWE star making a pitch for Triple H for a faction return. We're also receiving word right now about another kind of return in WWE. And that return in being the role of a GM, the role of a general manager. Because according to those in the know, according to the dirt sheets, the websites and insight, and of course, plans can change. But again, WWE are going to be making some big moves for 2025. And there's going to be some unexpected moves. There's going to be some twists. And quite frankly, there's going to be a lot of turns. But ladies and gentlemen, one of those twists and turns might be a detour. There might be a caution, so to speak. We've heard about the next big thing. We've talked about the country ass kicking. We've heard about the F5s. We've heard about the Brock Lesnars of the world. Brock Lesnar, is he about to return as one of the most intense general managers we have ever had in company history? The Beast Brock Lesnar coming back, returning to WWE, not as a wrestler, not as a competitor, not as a champion, not as an athlete, not as an NCAA or a former UFC champion. Something Brock Lesnar has never done in his career, and that is be a Raw general manager. Now, would that change things or what? Would it be Triple H? Would it be Shane McMahon? Would it be Linda McMahon, who has been coming back into her own in the presidencies of Donald Trump? Would you be for the move of Brock Lesnar becoming the new Raw general manager? Because there's a lot of rumors and speculation that the current Raw general manager, Adam Pearce, is going to be removed from power, and he's going to step back into the ring for his debut match in WWE. Now, what can Adam Pearce do? At this stage of his career, what is he capable of? But more questions linger than answers as to what Brock Lesnar is going to say and his rules and his regulations. There may be no rules if Brock Lesnar is the GM of Raw. But then we go over to what happens about SmackDown. Nick Aldis is the general manager of the Blue brand. Is he going to come out of retirement? Or with talk of the rosters coming back together, with the end of the draft lottery, the brand split, some may say the bland split, are we going to see Brock Lesnar become the general manager of Raw and SmackDown? Now that would be monumental. However, that's certainly not all. Here on the Brash and the Brazen, we raise you guys to higher levels, new heights. We take Seanzviewent to new horizons. Because, ladies and gentlemen, those new horizons involve Big Bill and Lexi Neer officially tie the knot in an intimate ceremony. And we all know who Big Bill is in AEW. He used to be in WWE. Enzo and Big Cass. You might remember him. It might sound a little bit familiar to you. Also, TNA Final Resolution 2024 is absolutely sold out. Sold out. Ex-WWE star Trevor Lee insists that he played a key role in Ice Speed's WrestleMania 40 spot, and he very well could have. Maybe he should become on the creative team. Also, Tiffany Stratton lights up the Vikings versus Falcons games with a custom championship belt. Carmelo Hayes throws down challenge to James Ellsworth amidst WWE transfer window. We're going to see the return of James Ellsworth to WWE. Eric Bischoff entertains the idea of a wrestling comeback after making NXT appearance. Eminem rocks Abu Dhabi crowd days after his mom's passing. Abu Dhabi crowd days after his mom's passing. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 confirmed to have multiple post-credit scenes. Roy Jones Jr. calls out Jake Paul, I want to test his chin. Conor McGregor's UFC 310 tweet sparks backlash amid ongoing legal drama. 50 Cent says that Young Buck should have signed to Bad Boy in latest feud jab. Also, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all here on Seanzviewent for this very episode. Remember, more to come. We give you the hottest, the latest, the greatest, the newest, the most defiant. And if it weren't for you, there would be no Seanzview where, well, if there's an interruption or no interruptions, I'll always come walking that line, and that's the bottom line. Subscribe.